Now that all the custody support payments have dried up, the world's worst ex-husband, Kevin Federline, has stooped to a new low, resorting to writing a memoir that will answer all of the questions about Britney Spears. Needless to say, Britney is not happy about this. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. I'm not happy about this either. Look, I know a lot of people are always criticizing Britney, even to this day, over her Instagram and what she posts. I could care less what she posts on Instagram. None of my damn business. I am a Britney stan for life. You will never see me knocking on her on this channel, given everything she's gone through, especially the last thing she needs is this scumbag guy to come back out of the shadows and once again profit off of her name. It's what he's done his entire life. He pit these kids, these poor kids of hers, against her. The whole reason she got stuck in the conservatorship in the first place is because her family and all these shady business people, in my opinion, dangled her own children, her babies in front of her. If you want access, you better fall in line and take the meds and do as we say, yada, yada, yada. And anybody who's wondering why Britney might seem a little off, it's because everybody betrayed her. Everybody turned on her, and Kevin Federline took a fortune from her to raise her kids. And then, as if that wasn't bad enough, he went and he turned them against them. I'll never forgive him for so many things, but this one, back in 2022, as the conservatorship was happening, he did this 60 minutes interview where the kids were shirtless and towels, and they're all just sort of, we're so worried about our mom. You could just tell that these kids have no clue what's actually going down. And it's so sad. These minors are here and he's just showing them off and yeah, let's get some money from 60 Minutes, which 60 Minutes Australia is such a gossip rag. And it was just so shameful to see him there trying to play the good guy. I still feel bad for her. The boys. I had to worry about them. I couldn't get involved. When he was asked about the conservatorship, give me a damn break. That's a damn lie. You couldn't get involved. He had one of the most sneakiest, worst, and shortest lawyers I've ever known in my history of reporting. And that guy, in my opinion, was one of the skeeviest, worst people in the world who knew exactly what he was doing. He saw a huge payday in forever exploiting Britney Spears and the estate, and then fell in line and had Kevin fall in line so they could get eternal payments for the whole time those children were minors till they just recently turned of age. So just as we finally got through all the havoc and chaos that Kevin Federline has cost Britney Spears, now that the custody payments are done, of course, he is now planning a new memoir, set to publish You Thought You Knew on October 21st. In the book, he will chronicle his working class childhood and his time as professional dancer, appearing alongside some of the biggest names, Destiny's Child, Michael Jackson, Pink. He will, of course, also write about his relationship with Spears, digging into the challenges of dating and raising kids while under massive media scrutiny, and also navigating the aftermath of their divorce. Oh, you mean with all the money you took and that you managed to get full custody by throwing their mom in a conservatorship? This book is extremely intimate and transparent, said in a statement. I achieved my biggest dreams, dealt with crushing heartbreak, and endured constant ridicule, all while becoming the father my children needed as they experienced nonstop emotional turbulence. If you ever had questions, you'll find answers here. Yeah, I'm sure you had nothing to do with that turbulence, you SOB. You scumbag. Here's the full I'm just so disgusted. If you weren't disgusted enough, look at this cover. Like, what? This is the most hideous book cover I think I've ever seen. You thought you knew. Was this a tattoo? A memoir. Oh, you absolute scumbag. Anyway, needless to say, Britney is besides herself and in fight mode over Kevin's upcoming memoir because, yet again, more people have to monetize off Miss Britney Spears. She knew it was in the works, but she never thought he'd actually go through with it. Kevin's been teasing that he's finally telling his side of the story about what it was really like being married to her, and that set off every alarm bell. Source says Spears, who was married to the former dancer 2004, 2007, is desperate to get her hands on a copy to see exactly what he's saying. I don't know if she really cares that much, actually. I'm going to call this source out. But regardless, she's convinced it's not going to be pretty. I'm sure she believes. She feels like everything she's been through, the last thing she needs is her ex dredging up the past for profit. That is factual. You can't make $1 without using her name. You'll do it until the day you die. And I hope someday those kids see what you've put her through. Source notes that because Spears was fairly restrained in what she wrote about Federline in her book, which she absolutely was, we're going to go through that in a second. She was a saint, what she actually wrote in that book. If he decides to get too personal or twist things, she's ready to come out swinging with her own version of events. This all stirred up a lot of painful memories for her and left her on the edge. Star previously reported he's releasing his memoir, blah, 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 blah. We read all that part. But look, all I know about her, because I don't know her. I clearly don't know her. But what I've gathered through the people I've spoken to that do know her and my own reporting and looking in investigative journalism, etc. Because yes, Blake Lively, I am a journalist. She's trying to claim we're not. Please support. One thing I think it's very safe to say about Britney Spears is how much she loved her damn kids. Still does. She will do anything for those kids. It's very clear. And it's heartbreaking as she had struggles, which what celebrity doesn't amidst what the press and the media put this poor woman through. It was disgusting, the level of it. It's part of the reason I'm always a little indifferent about Perez Hilton, the things he did to her. Now he's since seemingly apologized and admitted the error of his ways. Good first step. But I still have trouble forgiving all the press and people who are out there trying to destroy her life and give her a breakdown. And so for her to do what she's done and get through all this, give the family what she gave for so long, literally everything. She gave up everything, had to become a slave for them, literally became a slave for them, like the song, to just pay their whole lifestyles. And then let Kevin have full custody, all because that, in my opinion, the conservatorship and her family wanted her to be, their cash cow. And I will never, ever, ever get over the fact that Kevin allowed all that to happen, the mother of his children, so he could just listen to his lawyer. And every moment he gets, he proves that yet and yet again. Yet and yet again. And what's crazy is, in her book, she really was tame. She talks about how he's enthralled with fame and power. In the book, she reveals he was captivated by stardom. One time he came home late, told me he'd been at a party. Justin was there, and Lindsay Lohan, Justin, her ex. Justin, and he's like, oh, Justin was there. Lindsay Lohan. Kevin was so enthralled with the fame and power. Again in my life, I've seen fame and money ruin people. And I saw it happen with Kevin in slow motion. She revealed that that was the beginning of Kevin Federline cutting off all ties with her and acting like she didn't exist, which wasn't the case in 2004. There was a connection between us, something that made me feel like I could escape everything that was hard in my life. That first night we met, he held me in the pool for hours. It wasn't sexual, it was lust. It was intimate. She talks about that. And she always felt safe and alive and sexy at the time. But in every good seed of good, there's always a seed of bad. And she had no idea that the new guy she was dating was about to be a father to someone else's child. I was clueless. I was living in a bubble. I didn't have a lot of good close friends to confide and get advice. I had no idea until after we'd been together for a while and someone told me, he has a new baby, right? I didn't believe it. But when I asked him, it told me it was true. He told me he saw them once a month. I had no idea. How do you not tell her that? How do you not tell her that? That's the kind of guy. And as you go through, it's not a lot of mentions of K-Fed. She's very nice. In fact, you can sort of pause. It's just a couple of pages here. And she just talks about how much she loved him, how much she tried, and how she didn't want to file for divorce. His lawyer, that scumbag Kaplan, I don't like him at all. He's the one who pulled a lot of the nasty strings, in my opinion, and was always out there basically just maneuvering this idiot pawn piece, which was Kevin Federline, because he knew he could use Kevin to get tons and tons and tons and tons of money from Britney. And they did. Tons of it. My lawyer told me if I didn't file for divorce, he would. And he didn't want to file because he felt guilty. He knew it would make him look better publicly if I was the one who filed. My lawyer told me that Kevin was going to file, so no matter what, I was led to believe that it would be better if I did it first, so I wasn't humiliated. I didn't want to be embarrassed, so then when Jaden was almost 2 months old, I filed the papers. Kevin and I both asked for full custody of the boys. What I didn't understand was that Kevin would then insist I pay for his legal bills, and because legally I'd set the divorce in motion, I'd be responsible in the press for having broken up my young family. The media was crazy. She goes into just how much it was frustrating. And then as the world was crapping on K-Fed, she makes it clear I didn't want anything to do with that. That's the father of my 2 infant sons. I found violence to him unsettling. The whole audience was laughing. I didn't know that was going to happen at some event she was at. She was blindsided. Everyone seemed to be delighted by the news of our divorce. Everyone except me. I didn't feel like celebrating. Looking back, I think Justin and Kevin were very clear. They knew what they were doing and played right into it. I played right into it. That's the thing about the industry. I never knew how to play the game. I didn't know how to present myself in any level. Bad dresser. I had my own flaws. I can see now that you have to be smart enough, vicious enough, deliberate enough to play the game. I did not know how to play the game. I was truly innocent. So I was young. I made a lot of mistakes. I wasn't manipulative. I wasn't manipulative. I was just stupid. Kevin and Justin ruined me in that I used to trust people. But after that breakup with Justin and then my divorce, I really never trusted anyone again. Well, you did, sadly, and then that's the problem. The conservatorship took advantage of her as well. So look, it is sad. This joke of a man, he has proven that he has nothing else but exploiting his ex-wife for profit. And I hope she is sitting on her crown, just smiling and laughing on her throne, rather, at this, because she shouldn't have to pay more attention. The fact that he's causing this again is so sad. And I hope someday these kids step back and really appreciate everything their mother did for them and tried to do for them and the way she was used. Whatever condition or things people want to try to put against Britney, oh, she's got issues. Who doesn't? Enough already. Leave her damn alone. Leave Britney alone. It's enough. I'm so sick of it. I don't care if she's dancing in her underwear every day of the week. Tons of celebrities. J-Lo's doing it on a national stage. Way worse. And sure, some people are calling her out too, but who cares? I don't care. It's not my life. Do what you want. She's an adult. So are her kids. And they should allow her to feel free in her skin, because for the longest time, she wasn't allowed to do anything without permission. So I applaud Britney always. You will never see any snark here. To you, K-Fed, shame on you, you scumbag dad. You scumbag. Way to prove what we all thought you were going to be. A memoir. You thought you knew. I can't wait to rip this one to shreds so you don't have to read it, guys. So make sure you hit that subscribe. Stay tuned. Hit the bell for all alerts as well. Smash that thumbs up on the thumb. And yeah, leave your comments. What do you think? K-Fed, one of your favorite ex-husbands? I want to know. Who's the worst? Is it him? Who else? Shoot me your thoughts down in the comments below and stay tuned here on Popcorn Planet.